Alrighty guys, what is up? Welcome back to Stardew Valley with LD7, and today we're going to be taking a look inside the general store at getting the first backpack upgrade. So if we come over here, you see this little backpack city. If you right click on it, it'll give you the option to purchase. It does cost 2,000 gold, so we're going to need to make a tiny bit more money in order to afford it. Basically that just means we gotta sell some more stuff and wait for the day to tick over again. So I'm going to go empty my inventory, and what I went ahead and did was took a look on the wiki to find out where the smallmouth bass spawns, and it's actually not up in the mountains. It is down in the forest pond or the town river. So I could fish just straight in the town where the general store is, all that. It's called Pelican Town, so you can fish in the river over there and have a chance to catch them. Or you can go to the lake pond over in the forest, and you can catch them there too, apparently. So I'm going to see if we can't catch this fish and do our delivery mission that we started last time, because today is the last day for it. If we don't do it, basically we will not be able to. So there we go. I haven't talked to that character yet. It's one of the kids. Not a big deal. Just figured I'd do it on the way. So we got a max cast. That's awesome. Typically, if you get max cast distance, and you keep the fish inside your little bar the entire time, you end up getting an increased chance of having a really good quality fish, which is better for you. I mean, it increases how much they sell for, and how much food, energy, or health and energy they recover too. So yeah, it's worth doing that. Okay, so 2 green algaes. Come on. Give me my smallmouth bass, because basically not only do we need to catch this, but we also need to find Haley before she goes into her bedroom for the day, because we won't be able to get in there to give her the fish, even though we have it for her. They don't come out of the room. There isn't a way to like knock on a door or something like that. Basically, if it takes too long, so like if it gets past maybe 6 p.m., we're probably not going to be able to do this delivery mission. So hopefully we can pull this off. There we go, first fish. Easy peasy one, not jumping around too much. And the way I kind of do this is I continuously click my mouse. That way I can kind of like, you know, play with the location of it and like change directions quickly. Because if you just hold down the mouse button, so like you push left click to make the bar go up, right click to go down. If you hold it down, it'll keep ascending. If you hold, it'll keep ascending or descending, which isn't good because you got to slow down that momentum before you can change the direction, which basically just makes it more difficult for you. No, I don't want to eat my bass, which is a gold level fish. I will just say that now. The first smallmouth bass we caught was gold level, which is pretty damn impressive, if I do say so myself. So Haley's getting a good ass fish, all things considered. But let's go on up. She should be up by the fountain, if I'm not mistaken. That's typically where she is when it's nice weather. So yeah, she's up at the fountain. We're going to talk to her today, yada yada. And then basically, you right click, do that. That's what I needed. I'm so happy. Cool. If you go in and click on delivery, you get your reward. So we got our gold. Getting started, cultivate and harvest a parsnip. And then that's the one to talk to everyone in the town. So the next in-game day, so not today but tomorrow, we should be able to harvest our parsnips. That's still locked. I forget what you got to do to unlock the community center. There's some like weird thing. It's part of the story progression. So we've got the mayor over here, if he'll let me talk to him. How was your first night? It was fine. Bye, mayor. That was lame. He's the one that shows you the community center, and it's part of, like, you got to make a decision if you're going to go to the community center or if you want to go for the Jojo Mart. Those are the two, like, choices you've got. I always go community center because I think it's more fun personally, but the Jojo Mart gives you basically the same bonuses. It just costs money as opposed to, you know, like bringing items or what have you to the guy instead. So alright, I'm just walking around town trying to talk to as many people as possible because I haven't really talked to all that many characters as of yet. So there's 2 more back behind the bar. And we do need to figure out how to unlock the wizard tower. I think that is part of the community center quest when you first unlock it, because he kind of explains how it works and stuff like that, or something. I don't remember all the specifics, but when we went over there last time, his tower was locked, so we couldn't go talk to him. I'm just checking all these homes to make sure if there's someone we haven't talked to yet, we can get it done. So no one's in there either. Awesome. And I'm gonna go down to the beach, I think, because normally there's a few people that kind of spend their days down at the beach. And I don't think we actually talked to Willie, even though we got the, fishing pole from him or whatever. I don't believe that counts as the talk interaction, so we probably need to talk to him, and he's always out on the docks during the day. So talk to him. Yeah, that's cool. So you can sell your fish directly to Willie, or you can put them in the box. I almost always sell everything through the box. It's just so much easier than walking to the various retailers and, clicking it out of your inventory, as opposed to just dumping it in and selling it all in one go. So that's how I do it. If you're trying to min-max your time spent walking around, that's the best way to do it. If you're more interested in kind of getting the immersive experience, then I would suggest walking to the retailers and selling your items out of your bar, because that's more like a real life experience. There isn't like a magic box you put things inside of and it gets sold or returned or whatever. Like, you have to typically communicate directly with whoever sold you the item or sells that item or whatever. So we've basically done all that I wanted to for today. We can't quite afford the backpack. Hopefully we will make enough money from the fish that we caught during the day to be able to buy it tomorrow. So I think I am just going to go to bed. Now, you can go to bed at any point in the day. It doesn't have to be late, doesn't have to be early. Typically speaking, though, you want to try to min-max how much energy you're using. That way, you get the most out of your days. So we got 429 pieces of gold. That should be enough for us to afford the backpack. So it is now day 5 of spring, year 1. So we've got 2,054 coins. Awesome possum. And this is the animal gal. So it looks like we are going to unlock our pet today. So this is our dog. Oh yeah. Chill as hell. Still figuring it out. So when you're setting up your character, it'll ask you what your favorite animal is. You can pick a dog or a cat, and you get to pick like what type. That's going to be the animal you're allowed to adopt. So yes, I'm going to adopt him. We're not going to name him Yogi. We're going to name him Zenny. And there we go. We now have a dog. He's going to chill on our farm. And basically, you fill up the water dish for him because that's the humane thing to do. You can play with him because that's also a humane thing to do. So let's see. I've got a new item. He's got a fishing pole. Cool. So if we go to Willie's, we can pick up a fishing pole. So to harvest crops when they're full grown, the texture will change and you'll be able to see what it is. You just click on them and it will, harvest into an inventory slot. Not a big deal. We're going to water that. We're going to water all of these. The only exception to that is like wheat and rice and maybe bamboo. I forget. You have to harvest with a scythe instead, but not a big deal. So that's the Jojo guy. He's just telling us about the Jojo store. I don't really give a fuck about. I'm going to sell the daffodil, that and that. And I'm going to take the parsnips with me to the store because I want to go buy more seeds now that we've harvested all these parsnips. We didn't get any gold or silver level, which is kind of disappointing, but that's alright as well. It was our first harvest, so that's an RNG type thing. Some crops will be better than others. So first harvest of this playthrough, we got our parsnips. Pretty awesome. They're basically the worst spring crop that you can grow, but who cares? I'm just going to look at this board. Could you bring me a Jojo Cola? Sure, I guess I could do that for you. So to buy one of those, we just got to go over to the Jojo Mart. So, which actually probably isn't even open yet because it's only 7:30 a.m. But we're going to walk over there anyway and show you the other half of the town, just so you can see it. So we've got this guy right here. This is the Blacksmith. It's open from 8 to 6. And this guy will upgrade your tools for you for basically ore. We have to unlock mining before we can do it. Or, well, this is the Blacksmith, open 9 to 4. he will upgrade your tools. This is the museum. You take artifacts and stuff to them, and it kind of unlocks more stuff over time. So those two buildings are kind of cool. Then up here you've got the Jojo Mart. This is like the industrial bastards that everyone hates, because they're trying to take our small farm town and turn it into a metropolis, which we don't want. No metropolises for us. We just left that, if you watch the in-game cutscene. Anyway, it's 8:30, so stuff's gonna open up. I'm just waiting so I can buy this stupid Jojo Cola for pennies so we can do this delivery quest. Only reason why I'm messing with it at all is because I believe it is worth getting all of the people up to a relatively high level, as far as like affection goes. I forget what they call it in this, but anyway. So there's this gal we can't get to. I want one Jojo Cola. So basically you make nothing off of this, but you can talk to Penny. So talk to that guy. Now we just gotta find Penny and we'll be ready to rock and roll. Get this delivery quest finished. Now I'm trying to remember where she works. It might be the hospital. I want to say it's the hospital. So there's this dude, the doctor. Cool, he sells tonics and nonsense, which I don't care about, but you gotta go behind the counter to actually get the talk interaction. That's Dr. Harvey. Cool, we talked to him. Awesome. Bye, Dr. Harvey. We don't care anymore. I'm gonna go into Pierre's because I want to buy her backpack. So, yes, I wanted to... What? Oh, son of a bitch. Fucking Jojo Cola. Cost us money. So we sold everything. We made like 500 bucks off those or a little bit more than $500 off those parsnips. So growing crops, like if you spend all your money to buy seeds, you will make more than that back. The reason why I go bean starters in the spring is because it takes 10 days for these to mature, but it keeps producing after that. So you can harvest these twice within the season, guaranteed, and only spend 60 coins to create that produce. Potatoes aren't bad either, just because they have a chance of dropping multiple items. So I'm just going to buy a stack of potatoes, primarily because I want to see if we can't get a high level potato crop harvested, because it does matter. Like, you will need a gold level potato at some point within the game to do the community center stuff. But let's go ahead and walk over this way. I don't really know where Penny chills most of the time, but we need to go back to the farm and plant these crops anyway. That way they get their first day of growth starting today, day 5, as opposed to tomorrow, day 6. So let's go over and do that. So the way the growth on your crops works, as long as it gets planted in the ground and watered before you go to sleep for the day, it will count that day towards its growth cycle. If you plant it in the ground and don't water it and go to sleep, it will not count as a growth day. So we need to water all of these, which isn't too bad, just because of how I have the farm set up. You can just hold down left click and just hover over the crops as you're doing the animation, watering one, and you'll water all of them really fast. Refill this, and basically we just need to go find Penny at this point. It's only 11:50 a.m., but hey, that's great. I like having all my work done early in this game, just because it means you can spend more time focusing on, you know, how you want to do your money and such. So this is going to unlock the community center. I'm just going to skip it. I don't really care about the cutscene. But yeah, we've got the community center unlocked now. Now, where the hell does Penny like to go? Wondering if she's in the saloon. Like, I honestly cannot remember. It's been so long. Give me one sec. We're gonna figure this out. So she should be at the ice cream stand, is what this says. So we're gonna check out the ice cream stand and see if we can find her, or she might be at the library. Either way. So let's go right over here and see if we can't find Penny so we can do our delivery mission and get our 75 coins back. So she should be inside of the museum, library, whatever you want to call it. There is a book. Missing, cool. Got Vincent, it's one of the kids. We talked to the other kid. We haven't talked to her yet. And there's your gift. Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. I'm glad we could do that for you. So get our gold, getting started, do that. So we've got raising animals, build a chicken coop. Not too bad. We need a lot more money for that. Advancement, you can now experience, you'll discover new crafts, reach farming level 1 and craft a scarecrow. Okay, investigate community center. So now that we've done basically what I wanted to do, I'm just going to talk to this homeboy, get Gunther unlocked. As far as the talking to thing goes, the introductions literally is the longest quest for me because I don't have the patience to click through and figure out where everyone likes to hang out during the day. But that's totally fine. We're going to go back up to the community center so we can start that quest line, because basically it's one of the better quest lines to... Well, I think it's one of the better quest lines to do. I really enjoy it because it's all centered around, you know, like collection logs is kind of what I like to call them. So, you know, you need X amount of crops at this level and stuff like that in order to do part of the community center quest. But the first thing we got to do is go inside, kind of walk around, and there's stars, there's these little houses, bunch of random shit, so kind of just check things out. So there's a little tree thing over in this room, right? So if you come over, this little ghost boy disappears, you get all this weird language that you don't understand. You do want to click on that in order to advance the quest. And this is why we need to talk to the wizard, because we don't know how to read whatever language that is. Like, we don't know what they want, but we want to try to help them. So since we saw the little ghost boy run away, we exit back out, and I believe at this point all we got to do is go over to... We might have to talk to the mayor, so I'll just do that real quick. Nope. So we don't have to talk to the mayor, we just need to go to the wizard tower, and that should progress the rat catcher's quest, I think. Or advancement, not advancement. No, it is rat catchers. So anyway, we're going to run over this way and make it over to the wizard tower. It's not that far, it's still 3:30, so assuming that it's unlocked for us now, we should be able to get inside of it without too much trouble. I don't think that guy actually has like a time frame on his building. It's just like come whenever you want, because he's a weird eccentric wizard, so he doesn't observe the regular 24-hour clock cycle. What are you talking about? Let's go. So we're walking over this way because it's close. Oh, you do get on Fridays this homie, and they sell various stuff, so sometimes this is kind of fun if you're looking for stuff. So like rare seeds can be fun. Anyway, just thought I'd mention that. It's the Caravan, I think is what they're called. They come every Friday regardless of the season, so if you're looking for them specifically, just wait for the next Friday in your day cycle. This is still locked. Okay, so we must have to wait for the day to tick over before it'll allow us to continue on that mission, which is totally fine. We'll deal with it when it lets us, but I know the next step is to go talk to the wizard, because he's going to help interpret that little tablet thing we clicked on inside the community center, so you can know what they're trying to look for. Anyway, with that being said, I mean, we've got a lot of energy, but it's already 5 p.m. I think I'm just going to sleep for the day and see if that advances our stuff. Hopefully it will. And we might get a farming level since we gathered our stuff earlier. So if you right-click on your animal the first time each day, they'll get a heart. You want to do that every day because it'll increase their happiness saturation. So we're going to spend the night. We got level 1 farming. Yay us. And so now with level 1 farming, watering can, and hoe proficiency +1, we can build a scarecrow and basic fertilizer. Awesome, awesome. We made 67 coins because we didn't really do much on day 5 of spring, realistically speaking. So morning again, we're gonna go back out And there's a homie waiting for us. What up, Clint? Yeah, that's good. So this is the blacksmith. He will smelt the ores. So we got copper ore out of something. If we craft a furnace, which he just gave us the blueprint for, we can smelt 5 copper ores into a copper bar with 1 coal. So here we go, poking around. So this is the wizard. That means we can continue along that. First things first, though, we're going to go ahead and water our crops. Oh yeah, look at us go. Watering away. And our first potatoes should be getting close to being full grown, which I think is that little flowery looking guy below us. But that's totally fine. We gotta water all of them either way. And, you know, help them grow. So there we go. Get all that done. I also like to fill my watering can before I spend all my energy. I am going to drop these copper pieces, that's what these guys are, inside of our chest. I'm going to sell this daffodil and this horseradish because I don't really care. I'm going to save the other stuff though because you need random stuff to craft with. So if you look at your crafting recipes, Scarecrow for example takes 50 wood, a coal, and 20 fiber. A furnace takes 25 stone and 20 copper ore. So they wanted us to build a Scarecrow, I think. So I need that. I need 1 coal. Cool. We're going to do that, and we're going to chop some wood real quick. And then we're going to go over to the wizard and keep progressing on that community center quest, just because it's better to get it unlocked sooner rather than later. That way you can see what you're supposed to be looking for, if that makes sense. So fill up your water, or your animal's water dish by taking your watering can over there and watering it like you do your plants. I'm just going to chop down this tree, and hopefully that will give us enough lumber to build this scarecrow. Scarecrows are good, because crows will come around sometimes and attack your shit and, like, kill your crops. So if you've got a scarecrow, they won't. If you don't have a scarecrow, they will come, though. So just bear that in mind. If you saw on that last tree we chopped down, we got some seeds, and we got seeds out of this one. Cool. So we've got acorns and pine cones. You can use these to plant more trees, so that will grow a pine tree, and this will grow 2 more oak trees or whatever, or maple trees, I think is what they call them. So that's how you do that. They are worthwhile. You can sell them right away as well. We crafted our scarecrow. I am actually going to place him like right there, I think. It's a good spot. And we're going to throw the rest of this shit. Not our pole. I want our bamboo pole. I always keep all my tools on me. That's maybe not the most efficient way to do things, but that's the way I like to do them. So we're going to go down to the wizard, see if we can get him to come over and check out the community center with us and get that quest done. I do want to break this little piece of grass so it's out of our way when we're traversing our shortcut. Over time, right, those things will, like the grass will spread, rocks will reform, logs will show back up. That happens just at random. I don't know. But if you clear out most of the stuff, it takes a while for it to spawn back. So you can clean up your farm quite a bit, if not only for the space, but just to kind of make it look a little nicer, as opposed to like a wildlands. So this is the thing with the wizard boy. So I think that advanced us on the quest. I'm just going to talk to him. So we've got this too. So advancement, cool. We got 100 gold for making that scarecrow. Forging head. Craft a furnace, I don't care about. So I think now that we've talked to this wizard boy, we can go back to the community center and interpret those tablets, perhaps? Maybe? We'll see. Go take a look. I do want to look in the shop and see how much it costs to get the next tier backpack upgrade as well, because what I like to prioritize is getting the maximum backpack size right away, just because it makes it so much easier to do everything else in the game because you don't have to go drop items off all the goddamn time. Like getting the first upgrade gave us 24 total slots. We're always going to have 6 of them filled if we've got our inventory with all of our tools. Once we start mining, we're going to get a weapon as well, which will take another slot, so really it's going to be 7. So having that second bar is nice, but having another bar on top of that would be even better. So let's go inside Pierre's. and take a look. So when you upgrade your backpack, it will put the next tier on this little pedestal. So 36 slots cost 10 Gs. So that is a little ways for us, right? I mean, we probably, if we went fishing every single day and got really good catches and stuff like that, we probably could make that money. You might be able to do it mining, you know, if you get lucky and get a lot of geodes and stuff like that. But it does depend on your RNG. Like, a lot of this stuff in this game depends on RNG, and, you know, you do your actions and that's it. So now that we've talked to the wizard, we can interpret this tab. It's going to tell us all about stuff. So we've got the spring foraging bundle, once a wild horseradish, daffodil, a leek, and a dandelion. If we put all of those in, it'll unlock something. Got the exotic, wants all this stuff. Winter wants all this. So you've got one for each season, right? So winter, summer, fall, and spring. Then you've got the construction, which is 200 wood, 100 stone, and 10 hardwood. We can't do that one yet because we can't collect hardwood until we upgrade our axe to iron, I want to say. So not one time, but 2 times. And yeah, anyway, but we can do the spring foraging, and realistically, you have to do the spring foraging before the season ticks over the first year. Otherwise, you're going to be at a massive disadvantage on getting the community center quest completed. Because I believe those first few that you do, so like if we do that spring foraging bundle, right, it's going to unlock another room which will have more quests for us, and that, yeah, which is good because then you can start gathering things. So we got a horseradish, we need a dandelion and a daffodil, which shouldn't be too hard to find. I mean, we would have had all of them if I didn't sell all that stuff, but that's fine. And that's kind of why I was saving it. Like, the best way to do that is save the first one of each. So proven adventurers only to enter the adventurers guild. All that means is you have to like kill some stuff. I forget, it's like 10 slimes or something. But if we go in, this is the dude that's inside of the adventurers guild. He gives you a rusty sword, so that's pretty nice of him, right? I'm just gonna move some of this stuffs around. Cool, there we go. All right, and this is the mine. So the mine is super fun. You've got the elevator back here. Doesn't work yet because we haven't gone down far enough. You've got mine carts, which once we unlock them, this will go back to the bus station, I want to say. So it saves a lot of walking time. But basically, you climb down these ladders, and you're going to go to a level with rocks. You mine the rocks. You get some stone or copper, and basically you got to keep mining until you find the next little ladder. These guys with the gold are copper. Get our sword and take out this slime monster. Basically, you just, you know, keep left-clicking. Sometimes the ladder will become available by breaking a rock. Sometimes it'll become available by killing an enemy. Just depends. However, it is good to kind of explore through the entire level, because as you can see, we would have missed a lot of copper, and we would have missed that blue icon as well. If these guys touch you, they're going to start doing damage, so bear that in mind. I'm going to get these coppers. And we're going to get this, which I think is amethyst. Yeah, I was so right. That's awesome. Okay, back to the ladder. We're going to go down. And basically the way the elevator works is every 5 levels you descend in the mine, you will access a little elevator shaft, or unlock an elevator shaft that you can take the next time you want to visit the mine. So like, I do want to break these barrels because sometimes they hide coal or hardwood. This one had a geode, which isn't bad. You can get rare, like topaz and amethyst and that kind of stuff. There is quartz up here, which is good to grab as well. I'm harvesting all the copper I find at this stage just because we need to build a furnace and get enough copper to upgrade all of our tools to copper. So bear that in mind. You want to gather a lot of copper starting off. So let's see. And if you break the barrels and stuff, so like that one gave us cave carrots, which is fine. That's kind of like an energy and a health item. So it can be useful. Like we took some health damage and we're losing energy because we're mining. So having those cave carrots might come in handy because we can use them to sustain our little mining adventure a little longer. So anyway, just a little tidbit in case you were curious. So I'm just gonna go through and mine some more shit. Actually, I can break this, it appears. So these bigger rocks have more stone inside of them, obviously. which can be good, can be bad, just depends on your outlook. There we go, get a little bit of wood. And I normally go for these gray rocks when I'm searching for the ladder, just because they tend to be underneath these, in my experience. I don't know if that's actually a thing or just, you know, something that happens for me, but we are out of gray rocks. There we go, down to level 5. So if you heard that little ding right there, that means we unlocked the ladder to the elevator to level 5. So if we try to come back down the mine again later, we can take the elevator to level 5 and start on level 5 instead of level 1, which would be cool, right? So there we go, kill that dude. I'm gonna take this back up because it's already getting relatively late. We're gonna go out here, and I think we maybe got proven as an adventurer by doing that. We'll take a look. Nope, not yet. It's probably in our journal if I actually looked at it. Deeper in the mine, reach level 40. So I guess that's what we got to do to unlock the Adventure Guild. All that really gives you is more quests for like combat type stuff. You can buy better weapons and shit like that, which does become more significant when you get deeper into the mines because the enemies become much stronger. The other cool thing about mining that's worth mentioning is that the deeper you go in the mine, not only do the materials get better and the enemies get harder, you also get like little milestone rewards. So like when we hit level 10, there will be like a little box we can open that will have a prize for us. So those are really good to get. Normally it's like a weapon upgrade or something like that, but not always. Just gonna pet our dog for the day so we get our heart, which is great. Crops are watered, and we're gonna go over and sell some stuff. So I actually want to take our daffodil out, but I'll sell that. I'll sell slime, sell the algae and bug meat, cave carrots. I'll keep the geodes because what you can do with these is take them to the blacksmith and he'll open them for you and they'll have some sort of gem inside of them. So it's worth keeping those. I'm going to keep the skeletal hand on us just because we're going to give that to the museum curator at some point when we walk back over there. But before we go and end the episode, I'm just going to look and see if there's any forageables up here, which there is. Cool. And I'm going to drop off our horseradish and our daffodil inside of the community center because we need it for the spring foraging bundle anyway, and we've got them. And if I don't put it inside the community center, I know me, I will mistakenly sell it, and then I'll have to go find another one, which I don't want to do. So let's do this. We're almost there. It's only 7:30, and you don't lose energy from just walking. So like walking isn't a big deal. You can sit on like 2 energy and walk around just fine. Is when you hit 0 energy that you have a problem. So here we go. We got 1 daffodil for him. We got a horseradish. So we just need a leek and a dandelion. So not too difficult. Realistically, if we would have gone through the forest, we probably would have found those, but it's not a big deal. We'll probably run across them at some point while we're just walking around naturally. At least that's normally how it goes for me on the foraging bundles. Outside of the exotic one, that one's a little bit different. You gotta actually kind of try to find the items for those. But anyway, so today we covered a lot. We talked about the mines a little bit, talked about the community center, doing the quests and everything, and all that. So hopefully this has been helpful for you and has been enjoyable. If so, be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe as always. And until next time, this has been LD7, and we will see ya.